Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we're back with another totally blind head-to-head where we react to the pours and the price before we find out what we're drinking.
If it's available, is it worth the money?
If it's hard to find, is it worth the hype and the hunt?
Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
We are not professional whiskey tasters, but we will randomly select one of these matchups and taste them totally blind so that you get our completely honest opinions separate and apart from any labels or bias. You'll see what we think about each pour, and in the end, we'll give each pour what we call a real-world score, which is based on the blind tasting, the price and the availability, and whether we would buy it again or not.
If that sounds like your bag, then don't forget to subscribe so you can keep seeing videos like this.
Yep, we come out with these blind head-to-heads every Thursday here on the channel, and if you like blind head-to-heads and blind tastings like this, be sure to check the video description below for our Patreon link as well. We do blind flight nights over there where you can get a blind flight night and hop on a private live stream with us and do it together. It's also our community element online, and we have a lot of other fun stuff over there, including 2 additional episodes every week. The little uncut videos that we do, we have a ton of fun with those. Yeah. Everything here on the channel is blind for the most part, but over on the Patreon, we can take requests. If we get new bottles in that are exciting, we can do quick, timely reviews over there. It's a ton of fun, so check that out in the video description below. All right, let's run our randomizer and see which one of these 18 pairs we are tasting today.
18!
18! That's easy.
Sweet!
So,
all right.
We'll get these poured and we'll be back with our first impressions on glass 1. All right, let's get into glass 1.
Right.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Smell alcohol, as per usual.
Yeah, there's some ethanol there. I got earthiness, and now I'm getting some sweetness coming in on the back end of that earthiness.
I kind of got both at the same time.
Yeah.
Earthy sweetness.
Yeah, it's almost like,
earthiness.
It might be like kind of like a nutty profile with a little bit of apple in there is what I'm getting. I'm learning that I interpret nuttiness as earthiness sometimes.
Interesting. You know what I'm learning? Is that your eyes match your sweater right now.
Now that I'm saying that, this is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the nose.
I don't know what I'm getting. It's decent. I don't know what it is.
Let's get into the palate.
Okay. Ooh, it tastes like something artificially fruity, but like not a discernible fruit. Like runts. You know when you have runts and they all kind of taste the same except for the banana one tastes different, but all the rest of them kind of taste the same to me.
I'm trying to track with you there, but I'm going to actually have to go in on a second sip for this because the first sip was such a curveball. I think I had that peanut butter and jelly note in my brain.
And it wasn't that.
And it did not come across that way on the palate, and it threw me for a loop, so sip 2.
Oh, there's like some sort of artificial candy sweetness flavor, but it's not sweet. Like that doesn't make sense. I know what I mean. You guys know what I mean, right? You know what I mean.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna course correct here, and I'm gonna stand by my man. I'm gonna stand by my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay.
I think I was expecting the fruitiness that I had on the nose. Like I said, I got that earthiness and then the fruitiness, and I was expecting it to come across a little bit more balanced and more fruit to be there on the palate, but it's that more of the earthiness on the palate is what I'm getting at a glass 1 right now.
Okay.
It's a little bit oily. It's a little bit kind of peanut buttery, and the proof isn't very high.
This one's confusing me.
It is kind of a confusing pour. I will say nuttiness is a blind spot in my tasting. Different people taste things differently, and for whatever reason, nuttiness for me is a blind spot. Maybe I know that, and maybe I'm trying to like put that on this glass, and maybe this glass is looking at me and say, "Don't you put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby." But who knows? Who knows what this glass could possibly be? What I do know is that it is confusing to me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need more time.
And I want to get into glass 2 to see how it compares.
Okay.
Maybe that will help me. So let's get into glass 2 right now. Okay, this one's confusing too.
What in the world? It smells like bread.
Okay, I was gonna say like a tire store, like a rubber tire store.
I'm not getting that.
But I could go with you on bread.
I could get rubber though too. Like, I don't think it's the tire rubber. It's like, I've said this before about something, Ked's shoes. Like,
yeah,
the thin rubber.
Or like one of those
Canvas
blocky,
covered in rubber.
one of those blocky pink erasers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that's gone, and now I'm not getting much of anything. I gotta get into the
taste
palate
it.
on this one. I'm way off on these 2 pours.
This has already gone off the rails. Kind of tastes like an eraser.
Okay, there's the fruit. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm getting earthiness on this one.
There's the fruit. I'm getting cherries. I'm getting like cherry syrup.
We're like way different.
Do we have the same pours? Did we really mess something up?
I know. Did you pour me something completely different than
Wow. We don't typically comment on the legs or the color or whatever, but glass 2 is super clingy. It's like a stage 5 clinger here. It is super oily, but it's not high proof. I'm really confused as to, I mean, I'm not trying to figure out what it is.
We don't know if it's high proof. It just looks light, so we think it's not high proof.
No, I'm on the palate. It's not drinking very proofy.
That's true.
But I will say that I am surprised by the heavy cherry note that I'm getting on this. I got to get another sip of glass 2.
I think we should just take some time with these. I'm going to need more time because this first impression, I'm all kinds of confused. I don't know what's up, down, left, right. I need to go see a therapist.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's not a personal indictment, but these 2 glasses have thrown us for a loop. I'm still getting that cherry syrupy note on this, but the oak is coming in and it's balancing out that cherryness a little bit. Cherryness? Sure. Let's run with that. Anyways, we need some time with these 2. So we'll be back and we'll try to be less confused when we get there. All right, after spending some time with these 2 pours, where are you at? Let's start with glass 1.
Glass 1. So after I took some time with it, it opened up on the nose and I got kind of an apple-y sweetness, which I'm super pumped about because I can never smell apple stuff, and I smelled it and I was so happy. Thank you.
Congratulations.
But it was kind of like an apple in a log cabin. I got a little log cabin-y, and
I can see that. Yeah.
I liked that. So it gets a thumbs up. All that being said, it gets a thumbs up. I should have led with that.
Okay. Flavors?
On flavor, there was like an artificialness to the flavor that was hitting me weird. So it gets just okay on flavor.
Okay.
But overall experience, the nose really helped it out. It gets a thumbs up.
No. Glass 1 for me gets a thumbs up on the nose. I'm still clinging to that peanut butter and jelly note. However, you said log cabin, and that's definitely here when I'm smelling it.
Yeah.
That nuttiness that I think I'm getting could very well be the oaky profile that it has. But anyways, I said that it was PB&J while somebody was putting hand sanitizer on next to you. Like the alcohol from the hand sanitizer is wafting over and you're trying to eat your sandwich and just live your best life, and somebody is kind of introducing that sharpness of
your peanut butter
alcohol.
and jelly with your Cheetos.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
what I do.
Those don't even go together.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich and Cheetos.
Everybody's unsubscribing now because who in the world eats Cheetos? Those don't go together. You know what goes together?
You don't eat them at the same time.
Oh.
You eat the sandwich and then you eat your Cheetos.
Okay. We're off the rails. Let's get back. Flavors, thumbs up. I said it had a bright aspect to it. Like all the stuff on the nose carried over to the palate, but that kind of alcohol-y sweetness that was there came across really bright. And the thing that popped into my head at first was like an acidic quality, kind of like a fruity coffee can have.
It's a pink runt. And those are my least favorite of the runts. I think that's why.
I said tart cherry, but it could very well, in that vein. And then on the experience, I gave it a thumbs up. I said that it was faint and lingering and slightly dry oak on the finish.
A little dry.
It didn't stick around forever, but it was good. I did enjoy it. So if I enjoy it, thumbs up. All right, let's get into glass 2.
Okay, so for glass 2, I don't have a lot of notes on it, but it gets a thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on flavor. I did get some oak when I tasted it, which I'm really honing in on that, which I'm proud of myself for. And then it gets a thumbs up on experience. Okay,
glass 2 for me, thumbs up on the nose. I wrote D-vine because that nose is divine. It is so good on the nose. It's like a hot fudge sundae sans nuts. It is. You don't like nuts on your dessert.
I don't.
And so this is right in that vein. And it's almost like when they were putting the cherry on top of the hot fudge sundae, they like scooped up some extra syrup from the cherry and dumped that on there as well.
Okay. I'm not getting that, but I'll let you have it. It's cool.
The nose on glass
like
2
it.
might have been the best thing on the table tonight.
Wow.
I love the nose on glass 2, but it's the concentration. Again, this is my thing. Like I would give it 2 thumbs up if it were stronger.
Okay.
But I had to kind of dig around a little bit for it.
Okay.
So I think glass 2 with like 10 proof points might be my perfect pour. But nonetheless, let's get on the flavors.
Okay.
Thumbs up on the flavors. It was very cherry forward. It had that sweet oak element. All the stuff, the hot fudge sundae stuff came across on the palate, but the cherry was the most forward thing. And then the sweet oak kind of hit the back end.
Yeah.
And then on the experience, thumbs up. It was oily. It was viscous. It was clingy. I wrote cherry and sweet oak was like the predominant experience in glass 2. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think just a little bit more proof and it would go from a pour that I really like to a pour that I absolutely love. But these are both really good. They are very different. I can't wait to find out what they are. I'm super confused by both of them. Let's get to the reveal. All right, we're going to react to the price first and then find out what we've been drinking. So we both prefer glass 2, right? So glass 1 is number 40 and glass 2 is number 39.
I hate it when it's reverse order.
I know.
Like that.
So let's find out the price on glass 40 first, our least preferred glass.
40 is 55.
Okay. I'm not terribly mad at that. I enjoyed glass 1 quite a bit. I did prefer glass 2 though. What's glass 2's price?
55.
Oh. I mean, of these two I'm buying, I'm gonna buy it both, but I'm definitely buying glass 2
if you
again.
had to pick one of the two, it'd be glass 2.
All right, I can't wait to find out what these are. What's glass 1? Number 40.
40. What? This can't be right.
What's number 40?
New Riff Barrel Proof Rye.
That's a rye?
This isn't right. This is wrong. I'm calling foul.
No,
ball.
I can get it now. I can get it now. Now that you mention it, yeah. Okay, so hold on a minute. What in the world is New Riff Rye up against? What's number 39?
Rare Breed Rye.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Now I can get the lemon that I get on Rare Breed Rye. This is why we taste blind, because when I taste Rare Breed Rye, I always think lemon. Like that's the note I get. Dude, this, okay.
Okay, I'm super bummed because New Riff Rye is my favorite. So literally my favorite, and I said I didn't like it.
I try not to think about what we're tasting, but there was a thread of turkey all over this, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be wrong, but I'm surprised these are ryes, honestly. But to be fair, I don't think Rare Breed is a super high rye content rye, and the New Riff does not come across like a very rye forward rye to us either.
I'm choosing not to agree that this is what they are.
You are not accepting the results of tonight's blind tasting.
I refute this. These are not them.
Oh man. I'm happy with both of these. I'm very happy with both of these.
I'm very mad that I didn't like New Riff Rye tonight. I'm just so disappointed because New Riff has always pulled through for me. It's always been something I love, the rye. And tonight it wasn't. I didn't like it. Like there was like a pink runts flavor, and I've never gotten that before.
It's brighter. Of the two glasses, it's brighter, and that brightness that I'm getting, that I said that I couldn't quite put my finger on, like that acidic-like quality of it, it's the rye spice.
This is a sad day for me.
It's the rye spice. That's what it is, because it's coming across like a bourbon profile, but there's that rye spice that's mixed in that's giving it that bright pop.
Yeah. And this is why we do blinds.
This is why we do it.
If you had told me this was New Riff Rye, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I love it. Because it is my favorite. In time after time after time, it has been something that I have loved. And tonight, for whatever reason, it was not hitting me well.
And if you, like me, when she said time after time after time, if you started singing the time after time song, you got to go down and you got to like the video. It's just a fact at this point.
You got to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. So let's get into our real world metrics here. Our retail, which is the price and availability, and the consumer metrics, which is, as consumers, whether we would buy it again or not.
Well, this is slanted because I know what they are, and I'm going to buy them both again. So
yeah. I put initial marks by each one before we find out what they are, and we can get into that here in a second. But right now, let's get into your verdict on glass 1. What do you feel about the retail part of the equation, the price and availability? In our market, $55, readily available. Actually, both of these are $55 and both readily available in our market.
2 thumbs up.
on retail for glass one?
For glass one.
Okay. And
$55 is my like sweet spot. $50
Yeah.
to $60 is my sweet spot.
And then would you buy it again or not?
We are buying it again. We did buy it again, and we will buy it again.
And we will continue to buy it again.
Other than tonight, it has always been something that I have like really, really liked.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm off tonight. I think Mercury's in retrograde or something.
Who knows?
Things aren't right in the world.
For me, in our market, New Riff single barrel proof rye gets 2 thumbs up on the retail score. I mean, it's a great price for a great rye. You can't beat it. Like I said, I like both of these for different reasons. And then would I buy it again or not? Thumbs up. It would probably be 2 thumbs up if I'm more of a rye guy. However, I'm saying that now and that might contradict what I'm about to say. Let's get into glass 2, rare breed rye, retail. Where are you at?
2 thumbs up. I mean,
55 bucks.
55 bucks.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then would you buy it again or not? Consumer.
2 thumbs up. I would. And I do when we do.
Okay. Yeah. For me, rare breed rye gets 2 thumbs up. I mean, a rye that good for 55 bucks is hard to beat. Would I buy it again or not? 2 thumbs up. I'm immediately seeking to replace this bottle when we're out. I'm blown away.
Okay, so here's the deal. The fact that this was paired with rare breed rye and New Riff quote unquote lost to rare breed rye isn't the worst thing, because rare breed rye is also one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
So I can't get too mad. I'm a little mad, but I'm not too mad.
Yeah. So let's get into our real world scores and see how mad or not mad you should actually be.
Okay. So we get our real world scores by adding up the thumbs you see on the screen.
There are 10 possible points available, but this ain't your grandpappy's regular 10-point scoring system.
No, it's more like a bell curve.
No. So we found out through tons of blind tastings that most things tend to fall in the middle of that bell curve. Let's see how these stack up.
All right.
Start with glass 1, New Riff single barrel proof rye. Where are you at?
So the price and availability did help it, and it gets a 6.5 out of 10, which is
that's solid.
Solid.
We kind of consider 4 to 6 to be the midpoint of that bell curve.
That's where anything that's solid kind of falls.
Yeah. So it's even pushing above that for you. That's how much you like it.
Yeah.
For me, it gets a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Again, it's hard, especially it's hard for ryes to score much more than a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
You're
coming around to ryes though.
I am coming around to ryes. Speaking of, let's get into glass 2, rare breed rye. Where are you at on real world score?
It gets a 7 out of 10. So not too far off from New Riff, but more, because I like the flavor tonight better.
Yeah. To me, it also gets a 7 out of 10, which may be the first rye in our blind head-to-head tasting pool that has eclipsed 6 points.
Interesting. We'll have to take a look and see.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that rare breed rye has popped up in our blind head-to-heads. But I'm definitely coming around to ryes.
So maybe I do like rare breed rye more than New Riff rye.
Man, like I said, on the nose, divine. I absolutely love what's going on. I'm getting lemon and honey now. It's like,
I don't know. I like them both. Can I just like them both?
You can like them both.
I like them
We can
both.
have both. You can do the both.
I'm doing the both.
I think these are for anybody.
Everyone.
Yeah, well, not everyone. If you
I know.
If you like a 90 proof easy sipper, don't buy these.
Correct.
But if you like a very flavorful pourer, and even if your personal wheelhouse is like 100 proof, like a really flavorful 100 proof pourer, you owe it to yourself to buy either one of these if they're in your market.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a bourbon drinker, both of these are fantastic intro ryes.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend both of these for the bourbon drinker that wants to get into rye. Honestly, I would recommend these over something like Pikesville, which comes across a little bit more rye forward, and I might eat those words whenever rare breed rye versus Pikesville rye pops up in our blind head-to-heads. Yeah. But these are both very bourbony. I thought we were drinking bourbon.
I didn't think we were drinking rye.
Yeah.
For sure.
So fantastic pours if you like a really flavorful pourer. I'd say they both. The New Riff is 106.9. The Rare Breed's like 112.2. Like I said, this with 10 more proof points, I take that back. 122 might be too much on this.
Yeah.
But like, let's bring it up to like, 116.8.
I don't know.
But nonetheless,
Rare Breed Rye is really good.
These are great. Check them both out. And thank you for watching. That's it for this week. We're out of here. Till next week. Cheers.
I think I made you put this in the blind sample pool, and now I'm really mad about it. But I can't be too mad because I do like Rare Breed Rye now. Like I know that.
They're both fantastic.
They're both good.
I love them both.
I'm just really mad that New Riff was not hitting me right. Like that makes me so mad.
These are my two ryes. These are my two ryes.
These are my two ryes. So I need to refine my capsule collection.
Expand.
I need to expand it because I also have to add Rare Breed Rye into it now too.
Yeah. Well, Rare Breed is like
so it's
several proof points higher.
So I'm gonna have Rare Breed Bourbon and Rare Breed Rye and New Riff Rye in my little capsule.
And New Riff Bourbon because you like that too.
And New Riff Bourbon, and then the Bullet Rye as my like lower proof.
Yeah.
And then I just need to find a high proof drink, and then I've got my capsule bourbon collection, whiskey collection.